You want the best for your car? You already watch our tutorials.
So the best place for the best deal is to buy from the Mr. Auto app. Easy, fast, and with better prices than on the website.
You will find the TRW tie rod ends used in the video through the link in the description. Turn your engine off and pull up the handbrake. Loosen the stud bolts on the front wheels. To change the tie rod end on your vehicle, you'll need to remove the wheels to gain full access to the steering system. Lift the front of the vehicle. Place the vehicle on the axle stands. We strongly suggest watching the tutorial, raising your vehicle safely before carrying out this step. Don't forget to slide the wheels under the vehicle. You can now see the outer tie rod end. As the components to be removed are very often seized up, don't hesitate to brush and to use penetrating oil to facilitate the operation. With a marker, trace a line between the axle joint and the tie rod end. It will help later during the disassembly and reassembly process. Using a 22mm spanner, release the tie rod end lug nut on the inner tie rod side. Hold the tie rod axle joint with a 21 spanner to prevent it from turning. The lug nut is there to prevent any rotation of the two parts towards each other, which could have an impact on the alignment of your vehicle. Now, using a 19mm spanner, a socket wrench and a 5mm Allen socket, release the holding lug nut on the tie rod. If you don't have a ball joint puller, take a hammer and hit the lug nut hard just at the end of the threading. The ball joint should move away from the pivot. Only tap on the tie rod end pivot if you're changing the tie rod end, otherwise you risk damaging the threading. Paying close attention to the point of reference, unscrew the tie rod end counting the number of turns necessary to extract the tie rod end. This will allow you to find an approximate setting when reassembling. For greater accuracy, we advise you to measure the distance between the lug nut and the end of the tie rod ball joint using a caliper. In any case, an alignment check will have to be carried out by a professional soon after having performed this operation. Remove the lug nut from the axle joint.
All parts used in this tutorial are supplied by our trusted partners. These partners also help us create as many video tutorials as possible. Check them out in the description below.
You will find the TRW parts and products used in the video in the link in the description. Take the new tie rod end and unscrew the lug nut supplied with it. Screw the lug nut back until the distance measured with the caliper is reached. Put the tie rod end back in place until it touches the lug nut. Using a wire brush, scrub the pivot Then apply silicone grease to the flat part that will be in contact with the tie rod bellows. Do not grease the inside of the cone. To align the tie rod end with its pivot without affecting the adjustment of the lug nut, rotate the axial ball joint using the spanner. Replace the ball joint in the pivot. Put the lug nut supplied with a new part in place and tighten it using a 19mm wrench, a socket wrench and a 5mm Allen socket. Finish off the tightening with a torque wrench. Finish tightening the lug nut by holding the tie rod end with a 21mm spanner to avoid damaging it. Now you can put the wheels back on your vehicle. During this operation, you will work on the steering system of your vehicle. Checks and tire alignment, when carried out by a professional, will guarantee that your steering system has been perfectly aligned and is in good working order. Put your vehicle back on the ground and fix the wheels in place properly. Operation completed.
Hi, it's Theo from UseTool. I hope this video has helped you a lot in your car maintenance. We would be super grateful if you could spread the word so that we can produce even more tutorials. Simply give us a like, a comment, and hit that subscribe button. It really helps us boost the channel and help the whole community. Thanks a lot and have a great one.